Tuesday night podcast, the Beat Radio Bali. Yeah, baby, that's 24/7. Never forget that. Get us on your dial at all times. You are listening to the Beat Radio Bali. Boom. And it's Thursday night boogie. And tonight we've got special guest in the house, Roger Dodger, all the way from the USA. How are you tonight, Roger?
I'm good. Stu, how are you?
So, since we do have a new guest DJ in with us, we better find out something about you, Rog.
Mm-hmm.
Besides being my companion on Melodic Sunsets down at Kasera on Friday night, tell us a little bit about yourself. How old are you? Where you're from? How did you get into DJing?
Well, Stu, I'm 51 years young.
Yeah, that's pretty young.
And came out here. I was living in Cambodia at the time, and I came to Bali the first time on vacation in 2016.
All right.
And
so that's a while ago.
Yeah.
But you're from America, right?
From America.
Which part of America?
California.
Okay.
Mostly Los Angeles.
Born and bred?
Born in a small town called Fresno, California.
I know that place.
Really?
I think it's gunslingers.
It's nothing good about Fresno.
I can imagine. It sounds pretty cool.
It's nicknamed the Big No.
The Big
California.
Whatever you do not go to Fresno.
There's not much going on in Fresno. Really good tacos in Fresno.
It sounds like it's down south, right? It sounds like Mexican kind of way.
Central, yeah.
So yes. So you got out of town at some point?
Yeah, came here on holiday, 2016. Ran into a mutual friend, a guy named DJ McKellis that had already moved out here. He's
already been on the show, and he likes watching the show. Hey, DJ McKellis.
DJ McKellis was out here. He's a mutual friend of mine from Los Angeles, and he was out here DJing, and took me out with him one night. He was playing at Old Man's. And I was watching him DJ, and I thought to myself, forget Cambodia. I'm gonna move here to Bali.
But had you DJ'd before at that point?
At that point, I hadn't.
Right.
I hadn't.
So it was all happening right here.
I hadn't DJ'd. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so went back to Cambodia, went back to LA, sold some things, sold my car, sold some other things.
Right.
Lighten the load a little bit, and then moved out here, and that was August. That was October 2017.
Well, how to suddenly come to Bali and watch Michaelis DJ suddenly turns you into wanting to be a DJ?
Well, what I didn't realize was that he made it look so easy because Michaelis is very good at what he does.
He's been doing it
He's
for a
been
long time.
doing it quite a long time at a high level also. And what he did was he graciously let me follow him around to his gigs, like the first 6 months, and hang out in the DJ booth with him, and got me set up on Serato and his process of hip hop DJing, and
well, I noticed.
Introduced me into the basics.
I noticed the other day when we're attempting to go back to back that your process on the CDJs is completely different to what I know.
Well, yeah,
is that from Michaelis?
Well, no. Well, it started out with the laptop. I used to play with my laptop everywhere, but I had so many. I had a newer laptop, a newer Mac, and I had so many connective issues with it all the time.
Right.
And it would happen to me when I was trying to connect on gigs, which is very terrifying when you're a laptop DJ and you can't connect your laptop.
So why?
So I got off the laptop.
Why the laptop?
I got off the well, when you're playing open format, it's easier on a laptop because you can combine all your different genres and folders and have them all at your fingertips.
So when you say open format, what does that mean?
Open format means open format.
Anything.
In a set, you could play anything from hip hop to funk, disco, soul, moombatone, reggaeton in one set.
Sure.
So after a while, I kind of transitioned over into house music more more because I started my good friend Danny Technique. Well, let me digress. Also, at the time when I moved here, a DJ by the name of D-Tone was taking me around too.
D-Tone. I know that.
His name's Ian Taylor. He was taking me around and introducing me to all his friends at like the techno parties and stuff like that also. And kind of showing me the ropes around the island.
Is that the way it normally works? Like, do people just sort of rock into town and start hanging out with the DJs and become a DJ? Or,
I don't think it's that easy. I think people kind of, in this small, tight community, I think they kind of got to let you in. You know,
they're not letting anyone in.
They got to kind of let you in and introduce you and help you get a gig, first gig, and get a start. It's very political here.
Well, I imagine there's a lot of DJs looking for very few jobs.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
So not easy.
And what I've learned is there's a lot of good DJs here, and it's not what you know. A lot of the times it's who you know.
Sure.
Not how guys are getting gigs all the time.
But I guess
which isn't to say they're not competent in what they do, because they are.
Well, wait a minute. We've got a problem there. Hopefully we're going online. Yeah, but people, that's the world over in every form of life. You know, who you know and what you know, and getting lucky breaks, you know.
Yes.
I suppose you have to be thankful for getting lucky breaks. And knowing people always comes in handy.
So, of course. So, I mean, what eventually happened was after about 7 months, I moved into a villa in Kuta with 3 other DJs. And 2 of them were EDM DJs, and one of them was a house music DJ named Danny Technique.
Right.
And
our old buddy Danny Technique. He's been on here a few times.
Yeah, Danny's a good guy.
And I thought you were going to mention Jason there for a moment.
Well, and the other two flatmates was Jason Stone and Sophie Visser.
Yeah,
they're pretty busy Sky Garden DJs.
Yeah. What's going on here? EDM DJs, you could say.
EDM.
But you were never attracted to EDM. Was that the story?
You know, I respect EDM, but EDM doesn't really resonate with me when I listen to it. But I respect it. You know, that people like it and people like to play it.
Yeah, sure. But it's different to open format.
Yeah.
Well, it was basically hip hop, right? Hip hop's the base of open format.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm a real fan.
Yeah. Well,
but anyway, that's
depends.
Life. There's so many different genres with music, let alone dance music or electronic music. And when you think about music, there's a zillion different styles of music going around the place too. But that's basically what a DJ does anyway. They sort of play other people's music.
Right.
But the thing, when you hear that, you think, oh, that must be pretty pathetic. But the reality is the tracks that you're playing now, and something I've just realised over DJing recently, is that the tracks you're playing now are made by really competent producers. You know, they really know what they're doing.
Yes.
And you're playing the best music available, so it kind of makes sense. Anyway.
Well, kind of what I respect about, like, I've become a very close friends with Danny, and what he's shown me is how you can play a really good set and play 5 different genres of music and intertwine those genres together.
Sure.
Which is very tricky to do. And I watched Dan do it with great skill.
Oh, he's one of the greats around the island, you'd say.
Because he can do that. He can go in and out of genres and make it all work in a set and build energy. And
we're talking to Roger Dodger.
Hello.
Dodger. That's your moniker, right? Your name. Any particular reason why you're the dodgy guy?
Dodge. Came from Los Angeles. I felt it was fitting.
Dodge.
The Dodgers are a baseball team where I'm from.
Oh, I see. All right. I
came up with something.
Dodge is, is that a place too? That's a town too, right?
Probably.
Dodge City.
I just thought that, I don't know.
Anyway, so you're from LA.
DJ Roger Peterson sounds kind of vanilla, kind of plain.
Yeah, well,
So
possibly. Rog,
came
DJ
up with
Rog.
something, and I always grown up. My friends call me that.
Mm.
You know, kind of a nickname growing up.
Dodger.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it rhymes with my name, I guess.
Fair enough, too.
Simple enough.
Very good. And so you hooked up with Danny Technici, as you call him.
Yeah.
And you've been playing with him offside for a little while, right?
Yeah, we've been doing
side by side.
We've been doing gigs, a lot of side by side gigs, last couple of years.
And what got you into this? I don't know. This, how would you call it? This kind of pop cheese kind of Mexicola stuff.
I mean, it's kind of like pushing myself to learn different genres so I can play different genres. If someone calls and says, "Can you play a wedding?" Oh yeah, I can play that.
And you have to have everything.
You
have to have party sort of.
You
You
gotta have a little bit of everything, party music, and I got to play Mexicola one time, and that's open format with Latin music, which I wasn't really familiar with, so I had to get familiar with that, a little bit of Latin pop music and stuff.
Well, we've got some music of yours that we're going to spin. Is there any Latin there, or are we looking at something else?
There is one Latin song there.
All right, well, let's check that out.
It's Dennis Cruz, which is...
let me find that.
It's a track called El Sueño, which is...
I'm glad we've got all this worked out as well.
Which is very overplayed in Bali since I've been here, living here. But it's a good track. I guess that's what happens with good tracks.
So, yeah, everybody wants it.
They get played out a lot.
It's just like Bali itself, isn't it? You know, everyone complains about a place being so busy, but everyone wants to be here. So, you know, what can you do? That's including you as well. So, anyway. El Sueño. Okay, let's go.
You'll recognize this track.
Yeah, who's it by?
Dennis Cruz.
Who's Dennis Cruz? Some amazing artist.
A good producer. But this song's played everywhere.
Right.
In Bali.
Move it up into here, I guess. I'll move it up a few.
When I think of Bali, I think of this song right here.
Well, it's a bit of a house track.
Yeah.
But it's a Latin.
Latin-y, Afro house, Latin-y.
All right. Well, Afro house. Hasn't Afro house become popular lately? You know, suddenly. For me, I don't know. Maybe it's been very popular forever, but it seems to have become very commercially popular.
I agree with that.
Right. Well, it's meaning nothing to me so far. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hardly Afro, but anyway. But it still kind of sounds Afro as well, doesn't it? You know, they all seem to have these vocals. It sounds like a band. So, if you're going to be, when would you play this one? You know, in a set, at the start or in the middle or at the end?
You play this. You play in the. It depends. It depends on the vibe of the dance floor, and the time of day, and if you're inside or outside, or what kind of crowd you got in front of you.
Is this track one that's going to guarantee people get up and have a good time?
In Bali, yeah, because it's been played a lot. So basically, a lot of people been programmed on this island with this track.
Oh, right.
They know it.
and I didn't even know it. So where have I been?
Yeah. Good
so
track.
you're saying you're down at was it Mexicola?
Yeah.
That must be one of the most happening places in town and has been for many years.
Yeah, it's pretty popular.
And they have a particular style of music, right?
Yes.
What's that about?
It's Latin. It's Latin and pop music and hip hop and not similar to La Favela, but they'll play the track longer than 20 seconds.
Right.
It's a
bastard.
It's party music, but different. It's like Latin. Not too gangster, not too hard.
Well, people, I don't know. It seems like when people are partying, trying to have a good time, blah blah. You know, the majority of the time they don't really give a hoot what the music is, as long as they can just, you know, be together, enjoying each other's company more than, and it's like background music or something.
True.
Even though this one, probably down at Mexicola, you'd probably suddenly, because they're running around with all these shots of tequila or whatever it is, and everyone's starting to warm up.
This would be more of like a 707 track right here.
707. Not when Shamui's playing. But yeah,
if you want to throw a vocal track in with a melodic tech house set, just to mix it up a little bit.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, it is very.
And maybe have I've seen him play this before, and have a guy come out with a drum and play along with this track.
Okay. All right. Cool. So it's not. Cool. This is not necessarily a Mexicola track.
Not necessarily. Yeah.
What about the next one? Like, what is that?
Which one? I just did a mix.
Chic. Good times.
Next one's is just an old disco tune by a band called Chic.
Right. Which is
a remix.
Yeah. This is like classic disco.
Classic disco remixed, but this would be a good party tune right here.
Right.
That a lot of people know.
It seems to be on the BPMs right down low, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this sounds to me like a classic wedding kind of track here.
Happy wedding or people that are a little more music savvy to music in the 70s.
All right. So an older crowd.
Knowledgeable would know this track.
An older crowd, you could say.
Crowd, yeah.
For sure.
But this track, you know, it's one of those tracks that it always works.
Yeah.
You know, if you're playing at a party.
Would you play this at Kasera, for example? Have you played this one?
I haven't.
No.
Not yet.
That's stuff that's similar.
But yeah, I would play this there.
That I've noticed that when we're playing, you seem to swing pretty quickly into the well-known tracks.
Well, if it's a track that, I don't know, it just depends who the audience is, who the customers are.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm trying to get. My intention is to I don't know, so they have a good experience, but maybe get up and dance a little bit. I don't know.
Feel good about it.
They're
start having a drink or two.
Drink more alcohol. So they're having a good time. And,
yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about, I guess.
Then we get hired again, hopefully. You know.
Yeah, sure.
But
yeah, so
just to create a good vibe, a good party. You know, I don't stay stuck in one genre unless that's what I'm supposed to do. Just play within one genre for that set, like strictly.
But I guess people just, you know, if it's, I don't know, I guess weddings, Mexicola, La Favela. Where else do they play this sort of pop mashup kind of stuff?
Depends who's playing and where they're playing at. Probably the Forge. They play a lot of this music at the Forge.
Oh, yeah, it's just
pop music or mashup music.
People just having a good time. The music's just in the background. They're not really.
They're just hanging out, having a good time, drinking, with their friends. Yeah.
Is there a place around where people just listen to their style of music, or is it? Well, people just don't have a style of music anymore.
You know, that's a good question, because a lot of things have changed in Bali in the last year and a half.
Well, there's not that many people around.
Like you used to have places like when Jenja was open. If you're going to Jenja on a Monday night, you know what you were getting. You were getting Jenja music.
Unless it happened to be one of those special nights they have. I can't remember what, like Future House or
like
something.
Future House. Yeah.
I don't know, whatever else. I think they're doing drum and bass at some point as well. And they also do
hip hop
on Wednesday. And I believe I've heard that some's taken over and it's going to be opening up again soon.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah,
that's a great venue.
It's
great sound system.
Yeah, it's a bit. It was always a little bit too small for their big gigs. That's where they came unstuck, I think. If they, for their regular nights, it was all good, but until Chengdu came along, and that took all the lower end of it out.
That's good news.
Yeah. So they're
reopening again.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see if that happens or not.
Yeah.
And heard it right here at the Beach Radio Bali. And we're talking to Rog.
I don't know, lately kind of like with the gigs that are available now is sunset music, sunset gigs.
Sure.
Outdoor, at the beach, clubs.
I suppose you can get away with this one,
Yeah.
that style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get away with it.
Well, we do, harking back to the Kasera gig. We do a mix of like this housey, melodic, latest stuff, and this kind of style
later
remixes.
Yeah.
And then back into, like last week, back right into the devil's armpit of the underground.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Yeah, it's good times.
I enjoy that. Yeah. Okay, so next track.
Next track is by Purple Disco Machine.
Yeah, which doesn't seem to be there.
Not there.
Why is it not
should
there?
Be there.
I just pulled it over. No.
It's a pretty new track by them called Dopamine.
Pretty sure we had that. What the hell happened there? Right, okay. We're doing it again. It's this one here. Oh, I did see that before. Anyway, so Dopamine, what's that one about? Let's have a look.
It's by a producer called Purple Disco Machine, and this is kind of would be, I guess they call it new disco.
Right. Okay. They've played it around. I think they played it.
It's being played.
Potato Head one time. Purple Disco Machine. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand that there's been some pretty good sort of quiet shows at Potato Head lately. Don't Tell a Soul on the weekends. Apparently they're out there doing their thing during the PPKM.
Old Damien over there.
Well, that's W, yeah. The W is also having a few people over there. I saw some photos. It all seems to be coming back, actually. Last weekend it began to come back to normal times, the new normal. And I'm really... Actually, today I had a pretty... sort of weird sort of day, whereas I think I was just ground down by the PPKM and everything else, and just, and you keep on hearing these stories about how in my case, because the antibodies, and I've been pushing for this antibodies, people who have antibodies should have the same rights as anyone with a vaccine,
right?
And all the evidence is coming out like it should be that way, but no one makes a move on it. No one makes a decision. No one, it's pathetic.
Kind of not the world agenda. The world agenda right now is kind of vaccine.
Just vaccine, man.
Just keep vaccine.
Yeah.
For years, we'll be vaccinated for years.
Well,
we'll see.
Well, hopefully I'd put it down to English actually to really try to find a way through this. They're about the only people that can actually think for themselves.
Yeah, in America, they're doing like third round vaccines. Right now,
I know, right?
With the Delta variant, I have some of my friends posting on social medias.
Oh, absolutely. I got this...
kind of worried about it, too. I mean...
Tony Montana. He was sending me some stuff here.
All these vaccines, and the virus keeps mutating, and, I mean, after a while, these vaccines aren't going to work.
Well, as I say...
The variant's going to get so strong that... we're going to be in trouble.
Well, there's many schools of thought of what the real story is behind that. With antibodies, the people that already have it, right. They reckon there's like 19 times more possible getting the Delta if you'd had a double shot of Pfizer than if you had the antibodies, natural antibodies. So I don't know what that means. I suppose you can't really run out there and get it.
We'll see what happens.
But I see over in the UK they're talking about stopping testing, stopping we'll drop mass testing and any vax programs for kids, because I think it's just becoming such a political firefight over there with people just rejecting it, and trying to just get back into life. Okay. Unfortunate for the people that have to stay home, but you have to stay at home. Just stay at home.
Right.
And the other people that can take it, get out and live your life.
Well, the real question for Bali is what's Australia doing around this? Because
they're unreal.
Bali's tourism is just dead. Australia can't come here.
Well, I don't think it is part of it, but it's not the whole tourist
thing.
Business here. And as we saw with just before this PPKM began in early July, it was actually going pretty well, just with local domestic tourists.
It was coming back,
yeah. So anyway, as soon as this PPKM finishes, we hope it's going to open up to international travel, and anybody can arrive who can get here.
That'd be amazing. All my friends in the U.S. asking me when can I come there, and I said wait, just wait.
But then they have this. I'll just drop it. They have this thing, the sandbox thing in Phuket, right, in Thailand. But you got to be careful of that, because apparently people are going there and they're not allowed to get outside the hotel. They're on the beach. They've got the mask on. It's like going to a concentration camp or something. So people feel jilted. They spend all this money going there, and they're coming from Europe where it's already open. You don't even need a mask. So what the hell? Anyway, so you got to be careful about that too.
Yeah, I just read something about Thailand's going to open soon.
Well, they did with the sandbox. That's what I'm talking about. And it was already been going on for a month. Oh, okay. Bangkok actually opened yesterday for they dropped all the restrictions, the lockdowns and all that. So it's all open to go again. Because apparently nobody can live. You can't work. You can't make any money. You can't. No, everyone's fed up with it.
Yeah.
We'll just open up the place. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. That's another story.
I think good times are coming soon.
We hope so.
I think we're gonna have a good New Year's Eve.
Really?
I'm hoping on that.
That's not that far away now, is it?
About 4 months away.
But
we'll see.
Well, really, I'd be looking more, lowering my eyes till tomorrow night.
Right.
At Kasera, Friday night.
Yeah,
man.
Come on down.
That's what we should be doing.
We're having a good time down there.
Yeah, because what happens is that I start off with somebody that looks like me starts off with some melodic housey, kind of pretty mellow sort of stuff. Then as the crowd pours in, Roger's up there starting to bang away on the party music.
Yeah.
And Roger happens to be the party music, one of the main kings in town.
Oh, we take requests too later at night too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if we got it, we'll play it.
How about
whatever you want to hear?
How about I make a request, because you're also going to have a small set, right? You're going to play a small set now.
Possibly.
Yeah, we're going to do that, or we're not going to do it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we have to move shit to do it, but we are going to go live, so hang around. It's anyway, so what else is going on in your life? Tell me about it.
Not much. Not much.
There's not much, is there?
There's not much going on. It's
getting quite frustrating at the moment. Well,
it's just on island time. Just waiting to see what happens.
Well, it's kind of interesting. A year ago, something different. Now it's like, Jesus Christ, let's get on with it.
Yeah,
I've had a guts full of the whole thing. So,
yeah,
we're going to do a party set.
Sure.
Why not?
Sure.
All right. So we're going to get back over here, and listeners over there are going to have to just rest a moment, and then we'll be back with you in a minuto.
Yeah.
that you've let me go, life is better still. And I guess somehow you'll just keep on coming back. I wanna let you know, now that you've let me go, life is better still. And I guess somehow everyone says you're coming back. And now that you feel me, so now you try to call me. Let me know what you're thinking. And now these words are all out. And now these words are all out. Let me know. Let me know what you. Let me know. Let me know what you. Let me know. Let me know what you. Let me know. You wanna let me know now that you've let me go. Life is better still, and I guess somehow you'll just keep on coming back. And now that you feel me, so now you try to call me. Let me know just what you're thinking. And now these words are all out. And now that you're thinking. So now you try to call me. Let me know just what you're thinking. And now these words are all out. Now these words are all out.
alegría me desmayaba. Aquella tarde en la mar, 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 mi pena fue calmar. En la mar, mi pena fue calmar. En la mar, mi pena fue calmar. En la mar, mi
I was walking down the street, concentrating on trucking right. I heard a dark voice beside of me, and I looked round in a state of fright. I saw four faces, one man, a brother from the gutter. They looked me up and down a bit and turned to each other. I say, I don't like cricket. Oh no, I love it. I don't like cricket. No, no, I love it. Don't you walk through my words, got to show some respect. Don't you walk through my words, 'cause you ain't gonna be good. Well, you look down at my silver chain. You said I'll give you $1. I said you got to be joking, man. It was a present from my mother. You said I like it, I want it. I'll take it off your hands and you'll be sorry. You crossed me, you better understand that you're alone. A long way from home. I say I don't like reggae. No, no, I love it. Hey, I don't like reggae. I love it. Hey, don't you wham me style, don't you queer on the pitch, don't you walk through my words, 'cause you ain't gonna be good. I hurried back to the swimming pool, sinking pina colada. I heard a dark voice beside me say, would you like something harder? She said, I got it, you want it. My harvest is the best, and if you try it, you'll like it. And wallow in a dreadlock honey. I say, don't like a nigga. Oh no, I love her. Yeah, don't like a nigga. Oh no, I love her. Oh yeah, got to walk through my words, got to show some respect. Got to walk through my words, 'cause you ain't just a I don't like reggae, like reggae, like reggae.